Hi, my name's Anita. I'm manager at Fiscus in Sunderland. Fiscus has been the lead partner in running the Help Through Crisis partnership project called the SAFE project based in Sunderland. Today we're going to introduce you to some of our partners and some of their journeys along the way alongside Fiscus and our SAFE project here.
My name's Katrina and I run FitCat Coaching Kick in Sunderland, and we work with women and girls supporting them with fitness. So I met Anita in Gambia, and we're both, although we live in Sunderland, we'd never met each other before, and we met in Gambia as volunteers for a different project. Founded a little project called Bra Amnesty, where we took bras that people donated in Sunderland to Gambia for the women. Fiscus helped me start up FitCat Coaching Kick. I would have been lost without them, to be honest with you. So when I first decided to start up FitCat Coaching, I'd actually gone through quite a lot in my life at that point. I was in quite a dark place. I knew fitness and exercise would help, and it did. And so I know firsthand what effects that can have on people. Improving mental health, depression, anxiety, all of those things, exercise definitely helps with. I really wanted to make a difference to other women and show them what they could do, how exercise can help them. So we have a range of different classes on a morning, afternoon, evenings, so that we can fit everybody in. That does break down barriers of people why they might not come to exercise, so childcare, at times of day. So I do a lot of free classes for women and girls, makes it more accessible. So FitCat now works in partnership with the Bangladeshi Centre, and Fiscus introduced me to Abu over there, and he did ask me to do some classes in the summer, in the 6 weeks, which I did. After that, he then asked me to do a weekly class with the ladies from the Bangladeshi Centre, which I do. They actually come here on a Wednesday and do that class. The ladies are also coming to other classes as well, to clubber size, different lifting classes. They're really enjoying what they're doing. So one of the things that's really close to my heart is lasses that lift. It's not only lasses that lift weights, it's lasses that lift each other. Oh, you want it better, don't you? Let's do it again.
Our partnership journey has been quite an unusual one, but I know, having met many of the HTC partners over the last 5 years, we're probably not that alone in that. We do have a lot of partners, some of which were from the beginning, they've been with us. Most of them now, 5 years down the line, are new partners, and we've got new services established from that.
Hi, my name is Abu Sharma. I'm the Centre Manager for Sunderland Bangladesh International Centre. You know, during the height of the pandemic, we as a centre, we remained open. We provided support to the local communities, and also as a sort of a key first point of contact for a lot of the vulnerable BME communities and individuals. But one of the key things we did was we also worked with our close partners, New Horizon, and their chairperson, Rashidi Bikaya. And also our neighbour Fiscus, which at the time of need was in terms of providing support to a lot of the families. You know, we got together and just thought, what can we do? You know, we had vulnerable people coming to us, accessing, needing, hygiene parks, food parks, and even just day-to-day advice and support. But what I'd like to say is that the crisis support, given that 2-year period at the height of pandemic, without, Fiscus coming on board with us on New Horizon, we could not have been able to provide the support, ongoing support to these essential people and individuals.
Our partnership journey has been a really interesting one. We didn't expect to be doing exactly what we're doing today, and I would like to think there's a legacy from the SAFE project, because we are continuing the work that we've been doing over the last few years, supporting people in crisis, just in a slightly different way.
Hi, I'm Jo. I run My Sister's Kitchen here at the Co-op Centre in Sunderland. My Sister's Kitchen was originally a project run by Fiscus, and we've recently shaved it off as its own company. So we're a social enterprise, community interest company, and our mission is to support disadvantaged women in the area, predominantly those who are survivors of domestic abuse and other gender-based violence. My partnership journey with Fiscus started back in 2019 when I was coordinator at Sunderland Food Bank, and we set up a really good relationship by having a support worker in our food bank centres, and that made a massive difference to our food bank clients. So I really recommend to anybody to set up a partnership like that. So I left Sunderland Food Bank, it was at the middle of last year, to start on a slightly different venture on my social enterprise journey. But the relationship between Sunderland Food Bank and Fiscus has continued, and it's even got better than just working alongside Sunderland Food Bank. Is that I'm aware that it's Newcastle Food Bank are now involved with Fiscus. So it's a win-win for Sunderland and Newcastle, even though they hate each other in football. So going back to my journey is that I kind of, in my head, life is a winding road. So my path kind of detoured for a short period of time when I helped out another social enterprise in the area. But my passion is for helping people in a really big way. And I've come back on board now with My Sister's Kitchen, and it's absolutely the best thing that I'll have ever done.
So we started off, as we'd intended to do an outreach across the city at the different partner venues. Some things changed a little bit. The other major thing that we did do on this project that's been a really good success is the apprenticeship programme. One of the original apprentices remaining, so we've had 12 in total, and Courtney is now one of our advice and crisis workers here at Fiscus on the project.
Hi, I'm Courtney from Fiscus, and I'm currently the Advice and Crisis Engagement Worker. I worked throughout the partnership for the past 5 years. So I originally started with Fiscus as a volunteer back in 2017, and I was then employed as one of the 12 apprentices under the Help Through Crisis project, and I now work as the lead advice worker for the centre and for the organisation. I've worked in partnership with lots of different organisations throughout our period under the Help Through Crisis. I've worked with organisations like Pallion Action Group, Parker Trust, who were our original partners throughout the project, and we now have quite a few different partnerships that we're working with, like Sunderland Food Bank, Newcastle Food Bank, local organisations such as Veterans in Crisis, and the social prescribing team within the NHS. So I lead all of the advice services, so we do welfare benefit and debt advice, and we also cover crisis support throughout the city.
We've also, during the pandemic particularly, supported an organisation called B2B. So they work with young mummies 20 years and under across the city, and they've got a lovely unit at Riot. We've done a lot of work with them, and we've remained very good, close partnership relationship, and the mums know that Fiscus is here and the Safe Project if they need anything, or if they're struggling or in crisis, whether it's a baby bundle, a pack of nappies. One of the things that happened, which was a major part which affected the project, was we spent over a year trying to buy the Co-op Centre. That's our home today, and it's also home of some of the partners that have come along the journey with us on the Safe Project.
But you're going to edit this, aren't you?
Yeah.
That's all right. Hiya, I'm Shirley. I run a peer support group for men and women in domestic abuse. I've been doing this group for the last 15 years. We are actually based in the Fiscus building. We cater for men and women. We have had a few men in our group. Personally, I do know a lot of men that are in that situation, but they don't come forward. So this is a meeting place for all us women and men to just speak 10 minutes of our life, how our week's been, how we're feeling, how Fiscus can help, because on many of occasions I've been doing the food hampers, the parcels, and I've ended up the next week having to get a food hamper and parcel for myself through no fault of my own. So I do use this quite a lot, this building, and I volunteer a lot as well.
Then came along COVID-19. So many of our partners initially shut the venues, changed telephone advice. We shut down for one day, then we reopened, realising that people still needed our support, probably more than ever. COVID changed a lot of things. We'd just piloted one of our safe outreach at Bethany Food Bank, and that was going really well. We ended up partnering with Durham Christian Partnership and Sunderland Food Bank, and we outreached in several food banks across the city, doing around about 8 sessions a week throughout COVID.
Hi, I'm Peter McClellan. I'm the Chief Exec of Durham Christian Partnership, and we've for some years have operated the food banks across County Durham, where we've enjoyed the benefit of having our own debt advice team who've been able to do benefits and debt advice with people using the food bank, and we've seen the importance of that and the difference that can make to people's lives. So when 3 years ago we were invited into Sunderland to coordinate the food bank operations there, we also wanted a debt and benefit advice partner to work with. There was no point in us extending our own operations into Sunderland when there were already some effective teams working there that we could partner with. And Fiscus was the partner we had the most connection with, so we were able to find some grant funding to help support that work in the food banks, and it has made a real difference, and we're really pleased with the partnership that's developed, even to the point where when we closed our small Sunderland warehouse and co-located all the warehouse operations here to this rather larger facility, we were able to keep a Sunderland presence by having an office within the Fiscus building, the Co-op Centre. So that's been a real blessing for us, and hopefully also helped Fiscus. And more importantly, the people we support.
Ultimately, the Help Through Crisis programme and being involved with it and our partnership working has been really successful. It's worked differently, but it has been really successful. We've been on an absolutely brilliant journey, and that is going to continue. It's really shaped how Fiscus is today. We've also helped thousands of people in crisis. Our crisis work's improved as we've learned. We've listened to people and we've listened to what they want from us and how best we can support that. So thank you very much for watching this little presentation. Any questions at the end, my contact details are there. Please get in touch. Thanks again.